Hello everyone. In this video we're going to go through the details of the standard BOM comparison report that we generated using our BoMCompare tool. The report is an HTML file that will open in your default browser window when you finish formatting and run the report from BoMCompare. As you can see here, there are at the top of the page the two titles that we gave to our bill of materials. One was the customer BOM versus the MRP BOM, and below that is the name of the two files that we want to find out if I've captured all the customer information into my MRP BOM before I order any parts or issue the BOM to production for manufacturing. The report has 6 sections in it. I'll just scroll down quickly here and show you the 6 sections: extra master reference items, quantity and reference designator problems, 3 sections on the manufacturer, part number and name. We've got part number only, name only, and manufacturer part number and name errors. And finally we have the additional fields verification. As I said in the previous video, you can specify a generic field and map it to a column in your bill of material. Maybe you have an internal part number column, or maybe you have shape code or some other part information that is in a column and you want to check to see, did that information change between the two bills? That's where you would map it, and it would be displayed in this section. In this case, we did not map any additional fields, so there's no more information here. As I said, we've got the 6 sections. You can jump to any section and go back up to the top. You can navigate around back to the top. We can expand the entire report and see what's inside and scroll around. We can collapse it, or you can expand and collapse individual sections by clicking anywhere actually in the blue. We'll expand this section. Within a section, we can expand or collapse the individual tables because each item has more details below it. We can expand all the tables, collapse all the tables, or similarly, we can expand one table and then click anywhere in the blue and collapse that table. That works the same for all sections. Expand the table, scroll down, expand another table, go up, collapse all of them. We can expand them all. Now we're lost somewhere, we can go to the top of the section. We can then close that whole section and get to the top of the report. Let's look at each section in detail. So back to section, that'll put it at the top of the page, so we've got a nice reference to look at. Our first section is extra master references. If you recall, when we set up the BOMs for comparison, we need to select a master reference field and map it to a common column that has the same information between the two BOMs that we want to compare the other columns against. In this case, we selected item column in both bills of material. This very well could have been a part number column, but in this case we selected item. This is just remind me what I selected, and then below it are 2 headings. One is saying that I've got extra items were found in the customer BOM, and extra items were also found in the MRP BOM. Let's find the details. Click on the heading and we now have the table, and here is the extract of the 2 rows that have the items that are missing in the final MRP BOM. So we've got item 28, a thermistor at RT2. We've got item 47, a photosensor at U9. Switch over to the customer BOM. You've got item 28, the thermistor. Here we go right here. And item 47, the photosensor at U9. You don't actually have to go back to the BOM. There is the row as it was in the file shown right here for you. Now there's another note here that says RT2 and U9 were found in the DNP list for the MRP BOM, which was R78, 79, RT2, U9. What is that about? Well, we didn't explain this in the previous video, so I'll explain it now. Let's switch over to our BOM setup, and here's where we map the MRP BOM. The MRP BOM is here, and if I scroll down, what is done in our system is we have a part number called D-N-P. It's a do not populate description, and we've put quantity 4, R78, 79, RT2, and U9 are not to be populated. This is either because of notes on the drawings or customer provided instructions, so we put it right into the parts list here so that everybody realizes our intention with these components. In the setup, I'm going to scroll down in the profile map and I have a DNP type, which I've got as part number, and I've selected DNP data. So if the part number is D-N-B, then that will identify, the BoMCompare uses that to bring up this note that says, by the way, these two parts are extra in the BOM, but they're on your DNP list. I know why they're extra in the BOM and why they're not in my MRP. But what about these items? We've got the PCB. Often a customer doesn't specify the PCB on the BOM. Then we've got our custom DNP part is also extra. Of course, it's not on the customer BOM. And here are the locations, and it's telling us that it's the DNP list for those parts. That's the only two items we're explained. We can close that section. Let's move on to the quantity and reference designators. We'll expand the section. It's got three parts that have got some problems. There are two tables within this. There's a summary table and then the BOM details. Let's take a look at the summary. The three items are item 30, 31, and 40. Now there are three sections of this table. One is comparing the BOM quantity. One is comparing the reference designator counts. Even though there's a quantity of 2, are there actually 2 reference designators in the list? And then here is what it's found, whether it's quantity or an error in the count. It'll tell you whether it's got extra designators in either BOM. We look at item 30 and we see that everything is okay, the quantity is okay, the count is okay, but there's a problem with R4 and R3. There's an extra R4, but the MRP BOM has got an extra R3. Well, right below it, we see similar. There's 32 parts. There's actually 32 reference designators, but this BOM's got an extra R3 in that list, and the MRP BOM has got an extra R4. It's quite easy to see right here because they're side by side, and that's the only difference, that for some reason or other I'll have to investigate, but R4 has been exchanged with R3 between item 30 and 31. The next item, 40, we have a quantity difference of 2. The MRP BOM has got 2 less, and the count has got 2 less designators as well, and the 2 less designators are R78 and R79. Well, again, the note comes up because 78 and 79 are found in our DNP list. They are extra in the customer BOM, and they are not in my MRP BOM because I do not want to install them. Now we expand and get the BOM details. Here we see the 2 BOMs, the customer BOM and the MRP BOM, side by side, showing an item comparison, item 30 compared to item 30, and we can see right away R4 and R18 versus the designator R3 and R18. We come down here and we see that R3 and R4 have been interchanged. The next section we've got is manufacturer part number only errors. It gives you a pretty good summary right away. You can see this one's got K050AA versus K050BB. The legend here is red highlighted characters indicate additional or changed characters, whereas a red highlight plus indicates that it's a missing character in the first part that's shown. So we've got changed AA to BB. We have LC and then a bunch of extra characters. So yes, we see -7-F. We also have an extra, what is that, plus sign. We're going to expand and look at the details, and we see right away that yes, there is indeed an extra space between TB and bracket LF. Close that. Again, TBT with a bunch of extra characters. TBT LFSN. And same with the next item too. So again, we can expand or collapse if we want. Let's look at manufacturing name only errors. We've got little fuse versus little fuse, Amphenol, FCI, Amphenol, Fairchild, Micrel versus microchip. It is giving you the differences here, and you can determine whether you want to expand a section, look into it in more detail. Gives you what the two rows within the two parts lists are, and easy to look at. The manufacturing part number and name errors section, there's 3 items that have both part number and a name error. Same highlighting as the other 2 sections. We've got an extra character here that you can see, ER versus ERX, Nexperia versus Nexperia USA. We have extra suffix in the part number. Between these two, you can expand it and check the actual 2 rows that are in the BOM without having to flip over to the BOM and see what it is. And again, we've got NXP versus NXP semiconductor and extra characters. I hope you've enjoyed this explanation. If you've got any comments, please leave them below, or if you'd like more information, feel free to send an email to info@inspec-test.ca.